So, before I wanted to make this video, I went to go make some tea. Gotta sip some first. And this happened. Hot water, face, my face lost. So, hot water 1, Becca 0. Anyways, if you want to see how to do this, keep on watching. Alright, just gotta, take the hot water, pour it into the glass. Oh yeah, look at that. This is gonna be a great cup of tea. We're gonna take our Lady Grey tea, just gonna steep it in there real good. Oh, you thought this was gonna be a makeup video? Oh, we're making tea. Just kidding. I didn't film this because it would have been really hard to do this all with one hand, but I basically took a gelatin mixture, heated it up, not to the boiling point because then your gelatin would be ruined, sucked a little bit up into the syringe, and put it on a plate here that I know I'm going to be able to peel it off, and then I just did like little drops. And they're kind of awkward shape, they're kind of hard to see on camera, but we're going to be doing blisters and a burn. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so now we're back at our workstation here. I just heated up some gelatin. This is 1 part glycerin, 1 part gelatin, and 1.5 parts water. I didn't come up with this. I'll leave a link in the description below. Glam and Gore is where I originally saw this done, and I love using this as a medium. In fact, the working time is really short, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Make sure you test this with your fingers because you heat it up, so you don't want to burn your face for real. We're doing a fake burn. I'm going to grab my spatula. I'm going to take a small amount, and I'm going to smear it onto my face, and I'm going to start kind of tapping it to give it an irregular, wow, English is hard, an irregular pattern. It's a tappy-tappy. Feels kind of nice because it's cold outside. I'm gonna keep. It's a little bit messy, but once it dries or cools down, you can pretty much peel it off of anything. Don't get it on your nice clothes. It doesn't come off of your nice clothes. You kind of want to make some like holes and caverns for the blisters. I found that is the easiest way to apply them. They're cooled down. Now the ones that you're not going to want to use are the ones that have these little tags, or I don't know if you can see that. Like that's not going to really work for us. But I'm going to go ahead and start basing out the colors of this with a little bit of powder. I'm going to go in with one of my favorite products, the Naked Basics palette by Decay. I'm going to use a little bit of Faint, which is the second darkest color. It's not black, it's a dark brown. And do not learn the hard way. If you're doing special effects makeup, don't use your good brushes. I'm just forewarning you, getting gelatin in them, liquid latex, anything like that, it's pain. I ruined one of my favorite brushes doing it. Don't do it. Anyways, make sure it's nice and cool. If it's sticky, don't put anything on it. Product's not going to stick. It's going to ruin whatever brush you're using. I'm just going to pat this into the lower, like, cavernous areas. These little holes. I'm going to take a dark color. Ooh, yeah, we got a little tag. Little tagger. Now, I like gelatin because it's inexpensive to make, it's easy to use, or relatively easy to use, and when you're ready to take it off, it's easy to take off too. So, you don't have to mess around with any telesis or isopropyl myricate. Okay, now I'm going to take a wedge like this, and I'm going to make it textured like this. Maybe I should put that in the camera. Maybe. All you gotta do is pick off little pieces and make it irregular. You don't want any straight edges or else it's not going to look organic or natural at all. So pick away, take little chunks, take big chunks. Just don't have any hard lines in there. And this is nothing new. Loads of people in this industry use this trick, or you can just get like a car sponge, anything that has some sort of texture in it. What you don't want are any of like these flat straight lines, because it's just gonna put that in your makeup and you don't want those in your makeup. Anyway, so here is my nice textured sponge. It looks all cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my favorite palette. This is my European Body Art FX palette. It is fabulous. We're gonna be using the yellow color, the red color, the fresh blood, the dried blood, and the bruise color. You get that? No? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Everything I used will be in the description box down below, okay? Okay. So, before we get to applying the blisters, we're going to go ahead and take some 99% isopropyl alcohol. It's what you need to activate this palette. You can't use water. 70% does not work at all either. Don't try using that. You can use 91 in a pinch, but I suggest go get some 99. Alright, I'm gonna start off with the lightest color red. It is a prime red color. I'm gonna mix a little bit of it with the fresh blood. And now I'm gonna start dabbing this all over to kind of give it some irritation. And you see how it's giving it little holes? That's from the texture in the sponge. It's beautiful. Now do not use this near your eyes, okay? Okay, don't say I didn't warn you. Alright, now that you've pretty much finished coloring everything here, we don't want to go too far because we don't want it to look all muddy. You want to still be able to see some of the gelatin underneath. If you find that you've gone too far with color, you can always, I prefer like a little spray bottle, and then you can just mist it on some alcohol. Make sure, if you're doing it on your face, please cover, find a way, you know, don't get it in your eyes like I said before. Now that we've gotten to this point, I'm going to take my Aide and I'm going to pour it into a separate little container because we don't want to cross-contaminate. And then I'm going to take the back end of one of my very cheap brushes. And I'm going to start figuring out where are good places to put these. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the Aide and I'm going to stick it on the back of it, okay? I feel like this would be a little bit more irritated. Let it get a little bit tacky. Tacky like that sweater you're wearing right now. Just kidding, your sweater's cute. Can I borrow it? No? Oh. I thought we were best friends. Fine. I'll stick this pretty little boil right on here. Blister thing. And then just repeat that process in kind of like clumped areas. I'll see in a moment. I got all of the blisters that I want on this look placed, and I started coloring in a couple of them. You can see we put a little bit of yellow on the top of this one and then red around it. So we're going to be using the same colors from the alcohol palette, and you can use cream-based paint, stuff like that too, but they don't stay as well. So if you're using this as like an all-day thing, then I really suggest using an alcohol palette. Ow, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm gonna go back through and I'm gonna show you how to do the last couple of ones. I got my little detail brush again. We're gonna use the dark colors and the prime red. And we're just gonna go around it, make it look like it's a part of the makeup and not just sitting on top of it. little note about alcohol-based palettes is the more alcohol you use, the more diluted the color will be, and then the less alcohol you use, the more opaque the color will be. So I am starting off with not a lot of alcohol. I want to concentrate that color right around the blister. You see how this one just looks, it's like, hi, I'm Gelatin sitting over here. So we're gonna go ahead and make him look disgusting and gross. You can tap away the excess there so it doesn't look like you got a blob of paint over here. So another thing that I like to do, like I said, well, I said earlier, we put a little bit of yellow on it to make it look especially disgusting. I definitely just said especially. What is wrong with me? Now I'm just highlighting the high points of this with a little bit of white. I diluted this quite a bit. You don't want to have too strong of a white highlight or else it's going to look fakey and cartoony. Alright, now what's really going to set this look up for success is making it look wet, because the alcohol palette dries a matte color, and it helped a little bit with the white highlights, but it's not close enough. Now you can use lube, you can use aloe vera, has worked for me in the past in a pinch. You can use Vaseline, you can use glycerin. So I'm gonna spray. This is like a makeup setting spray that I have. Made it pretty easily with just some water, toner, and glycerin. Oh yes, so gnarly. Alright, so that's the end of this one. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Tell me what else you want to see. Looks pretty gnarly. Alright, goodbye guys.